He separates. He's to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Florida State. Warwick got up third down.
Winky looking Winky. Wants to throw the knockout punch to Warwick. Warwick open. Touchdown. He does a touchdown. He did catch it. Touchdown, Florida State. Oh, Peter Warwick, how'd you do that? Kermit Whitfield to the left side. A hole to the 30. Kermit Whitfield to the 30. To the 20. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, end zone. Kermit Whitfield. A 100-yard touchdown. Here's the snap. Winston rolling right. Throws the pass on the other. It's caught. It's caught. It's caught. For the end zone battle. Coleman. Touchdown.
We're doing it for everybody. We're doing it big all over the country, all over the world. And I'm proud. I'm proud to say I'm a Florida State Seminole.
Garnet and Old, no info, no contacts, no problem. Saturday night, we are 10-0, Vince. 10-0, man. Cheers.
10-0. I didn't know if you were going to take the lead in there because I know you're not doing well right now. We'll talk more about that here in a minute. But let me tell you, when this game started and they said it was brought to you by Tums, I chuckled.
Yeah.
This game was brought to you by Tums.
Yeah, so what's funny is because I early on, for those of you who don't know, I'm in the process of moving, and so today was a lot of moving truck and U-Haul action. So I didn't consistently watch every moment of the game until mid third quarter. I'd walk past the TV and stuff and check the score. But Vince, just overall, first of all, let's celebrate being 10-0. First time 10-0 since 2014. So that's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, we should celebrate it. And I before I scheduled the show tonight, I looked on his Twitter like I do, and the first question I see from a Nole fan is, "Do you think Washington's going to jump us?" I don't care.
Washington's not.
This team is 10-0, and this team, if they keep winning, is going to be in the playoff. So it doesn't matter.
To answer the question, they're not going to jump us because even you look at Alabama scored today against Kentucky. It wasn't it was good, but it wasn't insane, like an insane score.
Washington struggled.
Michigan struggled to get a win against Penn State, which me and you have been saying a while, Vince. Penn State's consistently fraudulent. I mean, they literally, sometimes you're like, man, every time they play anyone. I think at the end of the Florida State game, it said that I saw on the bottom ticker that he is 1 in 25 in Power 5, like top 5 games. So Franklin not getting it done.
No, he's steady beating everybody that he should beat, and nobody that he should. You know what I'm saying? Whenever a big game comes around, he just doesn't win the game.
Yeah.
Which at some point, you think Penn State gets tired of that? Who knows? But anyway, this is not the Penn State show.
Yeah, and listen, we still don't know the outcome of the Georgia game. Going on right now, it's 7-7. So
right.
We could be looking potentially. Vince, I remember I told you I thought Ole Miss would win this week. I think Ole Miss is explosive, and I think they have more offense than Georgia. And we don't know the result of that, and that could throw this whole Washington Florida State argument right out.
Yeah, and for fans that are worried about where you're ranked, you are in the right spot. You are in the game, and if you keep winning, you will be in it. Florida State is 10-0. That game, we both predicted a wider margin, and it was trending that way, except for a couple of fluky things that happened. But like I said on Thursday, this rivalry game, fluky things happen, man. That touchdown between two defenders, first of all, what kind of angle is that safety taking? I assume it was a safety.
Yeah, it was.
You're in no man's land. And
yeah, Kevin Knowles.
Anyway.
Or it was Kevin Knowles, I think.
Yeah, I know. And I don't want to beat up on anybody. I mean, because the team won and whatever, and people make mistakes and whatever. But, that's a pivotal point in the game. Pretty much that game is getting close to being out of reach.
Yep.
The defense is playing pretty well, man. Second half, as usual, they are locking it down.
Yeah.
And
Man, Deloach, what a game, huh?
what a game he had. And you know, I hope some of our Miami fans jump on, because I got to give them credit, man, because that team did not quit. Now, we knew that this game would be their Super Bowl. We knew that. I was at a wedding today with a couple of people that are Miami fans, and one of the guys said to me, he goes, "If we need to play spoiler, that's what we're going to do." Right. And they came out and they played tough, man. And we knew their lines were good. They don't have enough weapons, and they don't have enough experience at the quarterback spot. But other than that, I mean, that was a tough game. Tougher than I gave them credit for. So if you are a Miami fan, you know, first of all, I know you're frustrated with the team because they let you down. But you know, they played well. They played well.
Vince, I have to say it again. How about my man Ja'Kai tonight with the long play, almost scored?
Yeah, just got tripped up, right?
Yeah, just got tripped up. You can see what was funny is on a couple plays, you can tell that on the couple sacks that Jordan had, he was pretty frustrated. But I think it was more that he called the protection and the protection didn't actually match what he called. I mean, he was pretty frustrated, and he got, man, that he took a pretty hard hit one time when he tried to take off and run and hit someone pretty hard and fell backwards. And then there was a sack. I think it was in the early third quarter where, man, he was pretty slow to get up at first. I was nervous for a little bit, but then it seems like when we need it, Vince, and I had a friend text me, actually my new boss texted me, "Hey, congratulations, were you worried?" And I said, "No, not at all." Throughout the whole game, there was no "oh my God" or panic in me at all. It kind of was like this kind of mirrors a lot of games we've been in, where it's when we need the points, we'll get the points, and Keon Coleman makes another incredible catch. I mean, incredible.
Yeah. Second quarter, you might as well, dig a hole, throw it in and bury it. And then, what this team does and what they've done all year long is when the opponent seems to take some kind of momentum, they just dagger it.
Yeah.
They constantly counter. And, is it always going to happen? Probably not. But up until now, it has happened every game where, Miami's up 13-10. But no, we're going to drive the length of the field. And of course, we didn't get into the end zone at that point. I'm getting frustrated because we're kind of like this in this spot right now is like, please score, because we kind of bogged down right now trying to get in to score. So
Vince, I do want to bring up one big point of the game. Overall, but for both teams, terribly officiated game. So first of all, Jordan was a safety. Jordan got tackled clear as day. I don't see how you're in the replay booth and don't come to that conclusion. And then there was a pass interference call on Keon Coleman that didn't get called on for Keon getting held on a go route. And,
right. And that was a pick.
Yeah.
That was an interception. There's no doubt about it. And that was targeting on Jordan.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. The guy launched.
It was the definition of targeting.
It was the definition of targeting. And they didn't call it.
Once again.
But it was bad on both sides.
The ACC refs, man, never do they ever fail to impress us with their wonderful officiating. So I think both teams got screwed equally in the officiating.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, there's not I can't look at one side and go, oh, this team got hosed more than the other side. If they get the safety call, then, maybe they only end up with 9 points instead of 10. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know how that's going to go. But it was poorly officiated. And there's, I'm tired of talking about it. You just got to expect it every week that there's going to be some kind of buffoonery, some kind of clown car. They They should drive out in a Volkswagen Beetle, and all of them should pile out of the car at the same time to the Benny Hill song.
Yeah. And just looking at the game overall, it's nice that we're back in the mode, and I haven't been this way since 2013, where you just assume the best will happen. Like when things are getting close or tight, you're in that 2013 season. We'd be like, oh, we'll be all right. They'll score when they need to, and they'll bounce up. When some seasons it's like, the worst is you assume like, oh no, like we're gonna collapse here, right? There's no collapse in this team, zero.
No, there's no, and so far there's been no like catastrophic ridiculousness either, right? So like I was never worried that the team wouldn't be, aligned correctly.
Yeah.
Or I think we only had 2 penalties in the whole game. Maybe the unsportsmanlike at the end was the third.
Yeah.
They play a clean game, man, and those things matter, when it comes to things. Now, if you look at in contrast to Miami, compare what they've done this year compared to last year, they played a much cleaner game, which kept them in the game. Because if this was last year's team for them, they would have had 12 penalties for like 145 yards.
For sure. All I like to do is, like, aside from they had one really tough game last week, they've played everyone down to the wire.
Yeah.
Everyone. I mean, they should have beat Georgia Tech. They gave that one away.
Yeah.
The overtime game, wasn't that the North Carolina game?
Was Virginia?
Virginia is someone where that was.
North Carolina beat them pretty bad in the second half.
Correct. Yeah. So it's like they play some good football, but then they have major lapses, and I think it's very appropriate that it ended with a Tyler Van Dyke interception followed by a Jordan Travis kneel, because
absolutely,
we love taking knees here.
We'll take a knee and we'll do it at the right time, and we'll do it because it's the right thing to do. But one of the other things that played out that we thought would too is I felt like they got worn down as the game went on.
Yeah, Benson got hot too.
Yeah, and we were able to sub people in and out all season long. They haven't been able to do it, and you saw those guys coming up lame a couple times throughout this second half, whether it's fatigue or a cramp or whatever it is. I think Miami fans, even though you're disappointed, they played better than I thought they would.
Yeah, they didn't.
I think we played. I think we played not as good as I thought we would.
Yeah, they didn't quit though.
They didn't quit.
I mean, there were some moments where I was thinking, okay, we'll see how they react to this, and they just kept right on fighting. And I think that quarterback actually, like, I know he had a rough second half, but I think that was a lot. He was just not getting protection, and we were getting home. It's funny. On any game, the last couple games, anytime we decide, no, we've had enough, and we start bringing we're bringing a ton of safety pressure. Like a ton. Like linebacker blitzes everywhere, bringing down the safety and dropping the linebacker and the safety blitzes. Like Adam Poole is mixing up some blitz packages now left and right.
Yeah, second half it was just unleash the hounds, and it definitely affected him. And we had the one play there where the referee got into the action, or the umpire. So he threw it right to the ump.
He almost caught it though.
He did almost catch it. Other than that though, I thought it was kind of a pedestrian game by the offense.
Yeah.
We had a couple big chunk plays, and we were just efficient enough. And we were going on a run there, 14 points up, just like we do. We were going on a run there to start putting the game away, and then that fluky
what a weird
touchdown happens, right? And that gets everything kind of out of whack, and that gives them more energy and more life, and then we end up going to where we are. But you're right, ending the game with Jordan taking a knee is, chef's kiss.
Happy for Jarian Jones getting the interception. Vince, we dropped like 3 interceptions tonight too. That was the frustrating part. How about Restrepo basically not being a factor at all in the game.
Not a
He
factor.
had many dropped passes, many.
Yeah, I can tell that Emory Jones, Emory Williams. What's
Emory
the name? I can tell he doesn't have good chemistry with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right?
but there were some catches that he left on the field.
Sure. Yeah.
One person I thought I was most nervous about in this game, and then my man, a bad hold on the kick, but he misses the first field goal of the game, Miami's kicker, and I thought that was funny because anytime a broadcast talks about the perfection of a kicker and how you just know it's going to be a miss, and it was
You
pretty wide.
mark it down. Mark it down. It's going to be a miss, and that miss mattered.
Yeah, and he almost missed the other one.
Yeah, he hooked it right in, and but anyway, the crowd looked great. The crowd sounded great. The Chiefs were loud. Hey, look at Miami's band. Miami sends their band
Yeah.
to an
How
away
about the
game.
lights going too?
Miami sends their band to an away game, and they actually march at halftime. How about that? How about that, Florida State?
Vince, how about we go, celebrating, by the way, another cheers to you, sir.
Cheers, brother.
What are you drinking? Water?
No, this is a little Kentucky Mule.
Nice.
You know how I do.
You do like your mules. This is a Bullet Bourbon Straight.
Yep. That when we started, that was about double the size as it is now.
It's for the pain more than anything, because we opened saying we would talk about it, but I may have done a number on my back in the moving day, and it's one of those, like, when you stand up and you feel the shock of pain shoot down your back to your legs, and then you just freeze, and you're like, oh no.
Yep. And that is the end of your day. Now you're
Yeah.
laid up on the couch.
Yes. So the good news is we were going to drive back to Tampa and do stuff at night. We're like, no, I'm going to sleep in my real bed tonight,
Yeah.
and not like
So you're in Jacksonville right now.
yeah, we're in Jacksonville. We're going to drive back tomorrow morning with the U-Hauls out front.
Ronald, my friend, my brother, cheers, brother. Go Noles. I will not lie and say I knew we had it in the bag the whole game.
Yeah.
It was a little dicey there for me for a little bit. When we went up by 14, I was feeling pretty good, and then the fluky stuff happens, and you're like, oh man, are we going to do this? But the defense, they did what they needed to do in the second half. Pretty much what we've seen all year long. So Ronald, enjoy this win, and cheers, go Noles.
I want to read a special announcement just because I'm using my phone, which I usually don't do, but I'm on the couch because of my back. And then I got a notification. How about this from Cracker Barrel? It's almost here. Order a heat and serve Thanksgiving meal and spend more time with your family and friends. That's what we got going on my text right here.
Well, they're not a sponsor, but maybe they should be.
Yeah, maybe someday we'll get there. But Vince, the cool thing is we're 10-0 and big tailgate next week. I mean, I'm coming in Friday night. I'll be there pretty late Friday night, so we'll get a whole day in Tally. But parking lots in lot 12 open at noon. I'm assuming you will be there, Johnny, on the spot, probably.
I will be there right when the gates open to make sure we secure our coveted spot.
And my negotiations with the wife, she has agreed to a 2:00 arrival window for us.
Oh,
because we have we have a bunch of people with us, and not all of them are like the football diehards.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Maybe she could drop you off.
Yeah, it's one of those. We're gonna be at we did a Verbo house, and it's like, yeah, she's like, you can spend the morning with us and hang out, and I'm like, yeah, you can get there. We don't have to be there at noon on the spot. Still 2:00 to 7, still a good amount of time.
Yep. Well, we tend to, as you know, we tend to kind of duck out a little early to go watch the Chiefs. So we got another comment here from Jermaine Wood. We went out and everyone in front of us wins. Who do y'all think we can beat out of the three? I think none because of the OL and Travis. I think that the OL maybe, but Travis, I don't agree with that part of it. But I think we could beat it. Ohio State. I'm pretty confident of that. Michigan looked pretty good today. They finally played a team, like a good team, finally this season. And then Georgia, until somebody proves otherwise, Georgia would be a tough one to beat. But I don't think I would include Travis in your concern there. I think and our OL is not terrible.
Yeah.
I just don't think that they're championship quality. And that's, when you get to the Final Four, I mean, that's what it is.
Believe it or not, I know there's a lot of fluky plays. I actually think our defense is more championship quality right now than our offense, which we would have thought the exact reverse.
Yeah, they're playing great.
Question though, from my point of view, I would pick Florida State to beat Michigan and Ohio State, and I would pick Florida State to lose to Georgia more than likely.
Yeah, I could see us beating Michigan because we can put up points. Now we didn't today.
And we have really good run defense, and they like to run the ball. So it's kind of strength against strength,
Yeah. But hey, let's just get there.
Hey, Vince, Michigan, they only had one pass attempt in the first half of their game, and it was a pass interference.
Yes, and I think they said on the broadcast the last 32 plays of the game were all runs.
When's the last time? That's like Navy kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
That's like when Georgia Southern beat the Gators and never threw a pass the entire game.
Yeah, that's still an amazing stat. It's one of my favorites. But
I love that stat.
We'll wrap it up with saying go Noles. First 10-win season, 10-0 start to a season since 2014. We have won now 16 games in a row.
Yep,
which feels nice to say, right? I mean, that's a good win streak. And then, listen, we don't count any chickens here, but let's just say we anticipate a good week next week against North Alabama. A lot of friends, a lot of family. Vince, I will be in my normal seats, so I'll be right above you somewhere. Just turn around and wave, and then we'll celebrate. We'll have a good time.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time next week. I love that it's a night game. Looking like the weather is going to be great. And if any of our listeners, watchers, subscribers, whatever, are going to be at the game next week, we'll be in Lot 12. Lots open at noon. I'll be there at noon. Ryan will be pulling in about 2-ish, and we'll have a good old time there. Send Chiefs all the damn time.
Send the Chiefs all the damn time. Go Noles. Hey, man, everyone, don't just move on because we're 10-0, great, move on. I really, really am encouraging everyone to remember how great it was like in 2013 and 14 when you were all those wins and how bad it was when that went away. Really, really cherish when you're winning like this because it's not common. I mean, just look around the country to be 10-0. It's extremely special, and if we do it, it would only be what it would be the only
Third
fourth
time, maybe?
regular season,
Right?
Which is
right,
awesome,
right? And don't worry about Tuesday night.
Yeah,
if the team continues to win, they will be in the playoff, and if they don't win all the games, they won't. I mean, that's the way you have to look at it. Georgia and Michigan and Ohio State have to play each other. Georgia is going to play Alabama. So,
by the way, I can't wait to
just take care of business.
Can't wait to talk about my picks on the Garner and Old Show every Thursday at 7:00. But my Boston College pick didn't go so well.
No, I thought you picked Virginia Tech in that one.
Did I?
I'm not sure.
I guess
check. We'll find out on Thursday. Thursday at 7 p.m. Garnet and Old. It's our normal weekly show. Miami takes another L back to the Isles of Miami.
They sure do. Finally, what a time to be alive for Miami fans.
What a time to be alive. I appreciate you, Ryan. I know you're hurting. Go get some rest. Drink a lot. Take some drugs that are prescribed. And we got one. We got to throw this comment in. There you go. Thank you. Let's go 3 straight against the Sugar Canes. We could have blown them out. Mike, a little vanilla play calls. I don't think it was vanilla at all. Actually, you call an onside kick coming out of the half.
Oh, by the way, that was a beautiful onside kick.
They were so close.
It was so close, and my heart was pounding. But let's just say it, elite. We have an elite kicker.
We do.
He's amazing.
We have an elite kicker, and we have an elite play caller, and the team is resilient as hell, man.
Yeah, just reality music entertainment. What I would say is, if we were if we had anything to be worried about, we wouldn't be 10-0 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So enjoy
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to blow everybody out. Would have been nice to have a score like last season, sure. But you know what? It still shows up as a W, and there are no L's in the other column. So that's something to celebrate tonight, which I will do.
Absolutely.
And we can we can hate watch the Gators.
Yeah. Are they playing right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to switch over. I have the Bama Ole Miss game on. Did North Carolina win tonight?
Gosh, I don't know. I was
Because
so locked in.
if they lose, Louisville is
in,
automatic. Yeah.
But again,
Good
Ryan,
service.
go get some rest. Garnet and Old, no inside info, no contacts, no problem. Go Noles, send Chiefs all the damn time. We'll see everybody Thursday night. Don't be late, 7 p.m.
See you guys.